Hey guys, we're going to do a little video of our camper life. We've had some questions and curiosities about how we do different things and what do we do about certain things, so I thought we'll make a video about it. So if this is a boring subject for you guys, just pass. But otherwise, come on and I'll show you. So this is our camper. So we have a mat, of course, to catch everything. Oh, you don't have to get it around my face. Anyways, we chose this camper. This camper is actually a whole lot smaller than what we originally picked, and I think I've said that before. So we chose this camper because it was an older model, and it was a green model. So I'm really funny about campers are built, a lot of RVs are built with really toxic materials and a lot of formaldehydes in the cabinetries and plywood stuff in different parts of them, and you know, so you're like encapsulated in this little like formaldehyde like bomb of chemical toxic garbage. so Drew and I don't exactly share the same opinion about this. I mean, he agrees and he knows it's that way, but Drew's the kind of guy who's like, whatever. But me, I'm really funny about it. So obviously, him being as sweetheart as he is, he was very patient about us finding the right RV where I felt comfortable staying in it, because we were going to be in this, as we are, for such a long period of time and cooped up in this thing. I wanted it to be as healthy as it could be. So we knew that this particular brand had a reputation for using composites and no formaldehydes and just better building materials. So we had known about them for years. They don't make them like this anymore, though. So after 2012, they stopped making this more eco, green, healthy RV. So anyways, I said I wanted an old RV because I knew it had time to outgas and get all those stinky bad chemicals out, or I wanted an evergreen. This is called an evergreen. So we got both. We got a 2011, so plenty of years to outgas anything that could be still there that wasn't my favorite. And then we also got the evergreen model. So that being said, sorry to go off on that. We originally wanted a lot bigger floor plan, some with an island, a lot more open space. It would have been more ideal for our family because there's so many of us, but I needed peace of mind too. So I was obviously fine with going smaller for peace of mind. So that being said, this camper is very small, very small. So, but it's okay. It's really not a big deal. We make it work, and it's okay. So it works. So here we are. So and the other thing that makes it so small is it doesn't have a lot of slides. As you know, slides open the camper's floor space up so much. It gives you so much more living space. And this does have a slide, but it's just a little tiny baby slide. And when it's out, it doesn't make much of a difference. So it's kind of like whoop-de-doo. But anyways, other than that, it's small. So, Helen, so basically we have our kitchen. What do we have here? So I have a dehumidifier because Cullen, I'm talking, so you can get us all on the same screen. Sorry, I'm trying to tell him how to film at the same time. So you can, anyways, I have a dehumidifier because we're having some issues with moisture in the camper, which is pretty typical. Talk about that in a minute. I have my 360 speaker, my Bluetooth speaker, because I love to listen to music, and that's what we use this for. And we like all genres of music. We will go from smooth jazz to 80s to country to everything in a day. So, all of our goodies. We have tea. We have Drew and I's little coffee maker, which is such a handy little dude. Of course, microwave convection oven. We don't use this thing because, again, those of you that know me, y'all can laugh if you want to. I don't like microwaves because they're really not safe or healthy or whatever, blah, 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 blah. So I don't use the microwave, so it's just kind of here in the way. But whatever. I took the kitchen valance off today because, I think they're not really my style. So I've been going around trying to take off the little standard RV valances because I don't like them, and I'm going to replace them with something a little bit more my taste for our family, and something that's a little bit more bright and open, because they were dark blue and they cover and hover over the window space, and I don't like that because this RV is already so small. It needs some open brightness, and so they're kind of covering the windows. So I'm kind of on a mission to go through and take off all of the standard RV valances and window treatments and replace it with something a little bit more cool. You can find some neat stuff. RV makeovers, if you ever Google it, man, there's some cool stuff. So that's kind of where we're going with that. just for fun, I'll kind of tell you about this. We have an issue with our sink right now. We discovered this after Drew went back to work, which was always pleasurable. Not. So there's a leak. I'm sure it's just like a little seal or a gasket or something in here. Probably not a big deal, but not something I want to tackle just because I don't want to mess it up worse. So I'm going to wait till Drew gets back. So now we can't use our sink. I discovered this actually the hard way because there was tons of water coming out from under here. It was all up under the cabinets, in the drawers. I had to pull all the drawers out, everything under there, sop it up, get the dryer and, you know, fan it out, blah, 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 because I don't want any mold and moisture buildup. So that was fun. So we're not using our sink right now. Yeah, so when we cook and then need to clean up all the dishes afterwards, we have to take the pots and pans one at a time into the bathroom, which the sink in the bathroom is tiny, and wash them in there and then bring them over here to dry. So it's interesting. Hey, we don't complain, we just do it. So just remember, when you're at home washing dishes and your big sinks and your dishwashers and all of those fun things, be thankful because not everybody's doing it that way, and we take for granted our convenience of being in a normal home. So anyways, but again, I'm not complaining, it's just what we're doing. And the other thing about the water is right now we don't have hot water because there's a little problem with, Drew could explain this better, something with the hot water heater. Anyways, it's we just opted to not use it. Drew said you can still use it, it's just probably gonna leak on such and such, it should be fine until he can get back and fix it. But I said, you know what, I'm not going to use it because I just don't want to make any more trouble, and I don't want something else to go worse wrong while I'm here by myself. So I'm not using the hot water. So we are washing dishes with cold water. Hey, whatever, it still gets done. I have soap and a rag. And as far as showers, we don't use our shower and our tub yet because of the hot water thing. So we just shower at the RV facilities, and honestly, if that seems gross to you guys, it's not. If anybody's gonna be grossed out, it's gonna be me. And it's not. It's really, they're clean, they're private. I'm a night owl, so we go late at night to do our showers, and nobody's in there, it's quiet, it's clean, and it works. So, and it's kind of good therapy for me because usually that stuff kind of icks me out, but I've been doing it, so hey, it works. So, okay, we'll go into the other side of the mansion, our bedroom. So this is Drew and I's room. It has a door on it. You can sit back, Drew. It has a door. It's one of these like accordion style doors. So if, you know, anybody wonders, do we have privacy? We do have privacy. It's just that. So anyways, in here is Drew and I's big mamma jamma bedroom. Our cushy cozy bed, and again, I've been taking stuff off the window treatments, and now I'm using them for hooks for my bags and stuff. This is Drew's side of the bed. I've been taking over. I got my purse over there. And then this is my side of the bed, and I have stuff on the floor. It's a chair. Anyways, you know, just my book. What is in here? Oh, pillows. I just keep extra pillows. So we have a lot of, we have pretty decent storage in this camper. And the funny thing is, I haven't even made use of it yet. There's a lot of cabinets that are still empty that I have done nothing with. Those are empty. That's just got all the valances and junk in it that I took down. But I don't really use the storage yet. I just haven't. There's a lot of clothes that need to be, that's really the only thing left to organize, because I don't really have anything that needs to be put somewhere other than our clothing. It's my clothing. My clothing needs to be spread out and put out so I can get to it better, because I have tons of clothes that I can't get to that I don't really even see because it's hidden. Keep my books. If anybody wonders what do I read, of course, first and foremost, my Bible. And then I have my, you know, natural health, holistic living, exercise magazines, and that over there, John Grisham. It's been sitting there because I want to read it, but I never have time, so I haven't started that one yet. Anyhow, and you can get this wall. So basically, step over there, come by the window. Basically, you have to kind of maneuver yourself. This is my wall. So these here are awesome. These are those cheap little command strips and command hooks, command strips, and these look so cheap and really not what I wanted. I wanted the ones, because you can't nail things into these walls, obviously, you guys know that. I wanted those ones that were like the oil rubbed bronze. They were really cute, you know, and they kind of would go more with what I got going on here. But they were like $12 or $15 for one. So I was like, yeah, I can't get those. So these were like, you know, 8 of them for like $8. So we went with a cheap plastic, like whatever. My clothes are going to cover them up half the time. This is just to give me some room to take some of my coats off the bed. And of course, every girl needs a long mirror. So I have this. I want to try to mount this eventually, but it's got to make sense to, you know, when you start riding around and it's not going to fall off. And again, I don't want to nail a bunch of stuff in the walls, so I'm not sure how we're going to do that yet, or screw stuff in the walls. But so that's that. This is Drew and I's bed. So Cullen, come over here. And so basically, if you wondered where are my clothes, and to see, it's me and Easton, and when Drew's home, he sticks his stuff under here. But so the bed lifts up, as most RV beds do. And this is where I keep all of my goodies. I have tons of clothes in here that are like packed in there. I've got my health coaching books and all of my things like that. Just junk, you know. Okay, so that's all of my clothes packed. So we go back in here and we have, where do we start? So our table, here's fun. Cullen, you give me. Basically, this is where we sit around to eat, and it doesn't fit all of us, but we make it fit all of us. So when Drew's home, there's even more, obviously. So we just cram in here. We literally will put 2 or 3 on each side, and then we have a little pop open. This is our ottoman that goes to our outdoor lawn furniture, but it serves as a chair in here, and it sits on the end. So somebody sits here and around here, and you know, we just squeeze in and it works. So that's how we eat around the table. Cooking, I cook. I don't know, I talked about a little bit. I don't use the microwave, obviously. I do cook, but a lot of times we try to prepare things that are not, they don't need to be cooked and heated right now because of the whole having to wash everything in that sink. It's kind of a pain and all that stuff. And so we do a lot of sandwiches with sprouts and greens, you know, salads. We do sardines. We do a lot of fruits and vegetables, and gosh, I don't know, what do we eat? Yogurt, granola, we just other stuff. So the next thing is my baby, my air purifier. This thing's heavy. So this, usually I'll sit it out in the middle of the room and I'll plug it in. It's not being used right now because, I don't know, I just was cleaning up and I moved some things out of the way. I need to get a longer cord so it'll fit better where it needs to be. But anyway, that is my air purifier because, of course, I wanted, being that we're living in an RV, I wanted to be breathing
happy air.
Yeah, happy air, the most clean air possible. Again, because we're all kind of embalmed in this little box. So if you guys knew some of the stuff that you're breathing in RVs, you wouldn't want to. Not to scare you. But anyway, so that's why we have the air purifier in here. We have traveled with that thing on planes and all this just to make sure it's with us. It's really important to us. Or to me. It's me. Okay, it's me. Drew he doesn't care. So anyway, we have our TV, and of course, you know, it's in a weird spot, but it comes out and it turns and swivels for someone in another location. But you know, so the funny thing about the TV is we use it, but not a lot. I mean, there's times when all day, each day, we won't even turn it on. So, you know, we're not huge TV people. We actually paid extra to get cable access when we chose to stay at this RV place, and we were quickly reminded of why that was a waste of money. It wasn't that much money at all, but it was just, it's inappropriate. You can't filter things like you would at home, and we don't use it at all. So we were annoyed about that, but whatever. So we have more storage up here above our slide. Now, so this is our slide. So this is the part that slides out to open up more space for us, but it doesn't give us a lot of space, so whatever. But whatever, it's something. But this is our cabinets for just whatever. I do use these. They're not real glamorous. I'm not even going to open them. We put our school books up here, our writing tablets, our markers, our just, you know, school and books, reading material, and then Legos and other toys that I find all over the floor that they don't want to pick up. So I throw them in there and I shut the door. So we won't open that. So this is our couch. How glamorous is this? Again, beautiful decor. But anyway, this is where Cullen sleeps. It just pops out every night. He gets his blankets and throws them down and goes to sleep. It's very comfortable. It works. It's not a big to-do. You know, at night you think you have to do that every night. Again, you think about being at home, how convenient things are you don't think about, but how convenient things are. You just go to bed each night and you know, it's just easy. Crawl into bed, come out. They've got to make their beds up every night and every morning. They have to put everything away. And it's not a big deal. It's like fast and it's really no big deal. So, they have cuddly covers and cozy, so it's good. It works. So I don't know. I put some extra hooks up here to hang some things up. We have another cabinet. This is where I keep. I have them put all of their blankets, and they get up in the morning. And there's a lot of stuff crammed in here because those comforters are really thick. But the girls' stuff is in here. Cullen's stuff is in here. His sleeping stuff for their bedding every night, and our refrigerator, it's huge. Look how big it is. Again, you take for granted the luxuries you have in a normal home because, and especially for us, we're a large family, and this is a tiny refrigerator. So you can only get so many things at a time, obviously at the store when you go shopping, which is fine because if you're buying fresh ingredients anyways, and things like that I prefer to buy, you have to get them more often anyways because they are more fresh. So, I don't even know what's in our fridge right now. It's time to go get some, food. We're kind of out. We've got a lot of Sprouts, some yogurts, no sugar yogurt, that is. We've got raw, Cullen, you have to get such a close-up. We've got raw milk. This is so cool. Hummus and dips and cheese and eggs and things like that. But it's so nice to get all of the health foods that you can get. Cullen, what are you saying? I don't know what he's saying. He's distracting me. Sorry. It's nice to be able to have access to all of the local foods and just better things, for lack of better words. Better things than we get in Alaska. That's the only thing about Alaska. We don't get we don't get access to a lot of that stuff. But anyways, so this is the bunk area. Again, a different RV was going to be set up totally different. Totally different. We had looked at ones with big bunk rooms and big bunk areas, had entertainment centers and cabinetry in there, all that. We don't have it, okay? We have a curtain, and behind this curtain, what's that smell? It's like something's burning. Maybe it's somewhere else. We hope it's not in here. Anyway, so this, again, I'm going to replace this curtain soon because it is not glamorous. But behind here is the kids' bunk area. Initially, Cullen was sleeping on the top, and of course the girls shared their space on the bottom, but he just wanted to sleep elsewhere, so that was fine. It's all kind of bare right now because I've been having them strip down their bedding and just put it up at night because it just gets all crumpled up during the day. People are in and out of here, and it's just messy, and I had them pick it up. So it actually looks really cozy and cushy at night when they put all their blankets out. The reason we have this, stuff shoved up under the mattresses because we've been having an issue with condensation buildup under the mattresses when we get up in the mornings, which we're going to have to combat. And I know it's a thing with some RVers. Some of them have that issue, some maybe they don't. There's no airflow under the mattresses like you would have it in your bed at home. So I know when we usually tent camp, we get up in the mornings and everything was always wet. Our bedding was wet. It's kind of the same concept. And here, in the mornings, you lift up your mattress and you feel under there, it's wet. So maybe people wouldn't have even realized it, but thankfully we realized it. So what we do is we lift up the mattresses and we shove something under there in the morning so that some airflow can get in there, and then we just wipe it down so we don't get any mold or mildew buildup, which was not good. So anyways, that's why that looks like that. The girls keep their clothing in this little flap. This whole shelf lifts up, and that's where they keep all their stuff. I'm not even going to look at that. That is some bad news. They don't have it organized like I would have it organized. So that's scary. And then the other side flap, this whole shelf lifts up too, but it's only accessible through the outside door because there's a little door that goes to the outside. And so that's where we keep a lot of other stuff too on the outside one. This cabinet is Cullen's clothing. He keeps stuff in there. It's sort of organized because I did it for him. So bathroom is not real glamorous, but hey, we'll look at it. Bathroom's a bathroom. So in our bathroom, we have the porcelain throne, which actually, it is porcelain. I was going to say ours is not porcelain, but it is. Wow. So anyways, we have the toilet. This is my hamper, my dirty clothes bag. I keep it in here. So what we do is we throw all of our dirty clothes in this little bag, and then I scoop it up and I carry it to the laundry facilities that we usually have at every RV park we stay at. It's really, again, one of those things and those luxuries you have at a normal home. Just throw your stuff in the washing machine, easy done. And here you don't, you have to carry it off. But it's not been a real big deal. I was telling Drew, I don't really mind. It doesn't bother me. Don't, Cullen. It's easy. So once this is full, we do our clothes. It's usually like every 2 or 3 days that we do laundry. So it's fine. I know, like at home, I would do laundry every day. I would do at least a load a day. I was doing a lot. So now that I go every 2 or 3 days, I have about 3 or 4 loads at a time with all of us. So it's no big deal. Cedar shavings, you ask. Why do you have cedar shavings? So the cedar shavings are for what I call my potty bucket. The potty bucket is here. So those of you that know me know that I normally would carry a potty bucket around everywhere we go in our Suburban, because usually we're in Alaska and you can't just stop off and go to the bathroom when you're out gallivanting and adventuring like we do. So we always use the potty bucket. It has its own little seat and everything. When you lift the lid, it's great. But we don't use the potty bucket now, but we use it as a trash can for the toilet paper. Because if you don't use toilet paper in your RV, septic or whatever, black water tank, it's always better. I mean, I know people use it and it's okay to, but it helps if you don't, so we don't. We just put toilet paper in there. I keep the cedar shavings in the potty bucket just to help with just odor, and it does help. It's great. So, yeah, that's that. In the bathroom, it's pretty simple. See this little sink? This is where I've been washing all of my dishes. That includes pots and pans and everything. So it's been interesting. Yeah, that's my makeup bag in there. Here is not organized at all. Scary, but it's our bathroom things. So, that's that. I think that's it, y'all. I don't know what I didn't touch on. I feel like there's something else. So for about 2 days, we didn't have propane because, well, so what happened was, what was it? The heater we don't use much yet. We'll kick it on every once in a while just to warm it up, and then we turn it off. The heater stopped working the other day, and then when I tried to cook something, no propane. I was like, okay, so this is a propane thing. And so long story short, we went for about 2 days without propane because one of our bottles was tricking us. It was full, but it wasn't working. So it's just a bad bottle. Something's going on with it. But anyways, we figured it out. We're good now. I got everything fixed. Drew's like he's my everything, but he tells me on the phone step by step how to fix things and do things when stuff goes wrong. I mean, even like when I had to do the whole flood thing the other night with the kitchen sink, and there's water everywhere, and I'm trying to get the drawer out, and I'm like, ah! And Drew's like, listen, he's so smart. I mean, he was telling me down to the little tabs on the drawer how to get it off. He's like, you're gonna have a problem getting it off, and this is what you need to do. And everything he told me was perfect and fine, and he walks me through everything just the way it should be. And so I usually manage these little bumps and hurdles that I come across when he's not here. Oh, I forgot. So the other thing that we found with this RV that was big time bummer was it has leaks. Yeah, so where does it leak? Not the kitchen sink thing. I'm talking about like it gets wet in the RV. Oh, underneath one of the kitchen seats, we actually, there's a lot of storage in here, space in these seats too. And this is where Allie was keeping all of her clothes. And it's really clean under there, so she just kept them right on the floor, on the surface, and had everything folded in there. Well, there's apparently a little spot that leaks when it rains real bad, and it was just, her clothes were ruined. Not ruined, but just a mess. I had to rewash everything. I had to do this twice. So that leaks. We've also got some seams that need to be just probably resealed from the outside. Drew knows all that now, and he knows how to do it. He'll take care of everything, but until then, we have some leaks. So, it is not so bad that it just floods the place, but it's enough to where it needs to be taken care of. So, and you know, we're in Washington right now, the very, very northern tip of it. It rains like crazy. It's actually been driving me nuts, but we'll get into that later. It rains so much here that we have been finding these leak flaws. So anyways, we'll work it out and we'll get this thing ready for the next bout of rain season. later. So that's all. I love you guys bunches, and we will do more videos later. Hope I didn't bore you too much. Love you. Bye.